Yo, what's going on, guys and girls? It's your boy Cam Legend, and in this video I'm going to be speaking about the 24-hour yin-yang cycle. Now, this correlates to astrology. The yin-yang cycle is omnipresent because it can explain all walks of life. And I laugh sometimes when people say they don't believe in astrology. And this video today is going to explain why it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. Because you are programmed to certain energy signatures with or without knowledge. And this video will also explain how the 9 to 5 route is programmed within astrology. This is why I like to study ancient philosophies, spiritual subjects, because it explains all things in this walk of life that we see in this dunya. So let me explain how the 9 to 5 is programmed to astrotheology and how we can also use these energies to help and assist us with our own endeavors. The yang within the yang is at 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. And if you work a 9 to 5, you usually wake up around 6 to 7 a.m. This is when your body starts to awaken. This is why as males we have morning glory. This is because our kundalini is arising with the sun. Sunrise starts at 6 a.m. every day without a fail. It always shows up. And when we have morning glory, this is because our kundalini is bouncing back and forth. Our testosterone is rising. This is why the yang energies is known as masculine. It's the fire. As a man, you wake up, you go out, you get it. It's physical energy. You think this without thought. It's unconscious, it's subconscious. It's programmed in your DNA. And Aries is the head. This is the first house. It is also known as I am. So when you're going to do your 9 to 5, you start off your day subconsciously, unconsciously, or consciously saying, I am going to work. I am a teacher. So you wake up, you brush your teeth, you look in the mirror, you reflect, and you say, I am. You don't have to verbalize this, but this is what you do every day ritualistically. We then move to the second house, which is known as I have, Taurus, possessions. So I am going to work because I have to pay the bills. I have to shower because I have to go to work. I have to eat breakfast so I have energy for the rest of the day. We then move to the third house, which is Gemini. So it's 10 a.m., you're at work now. The mantra for Gemini is I think and communicate with others and I relate. So you're at work, you're with your colleagues, you're speaking, you're using your intellect to do your job sufficiently. Gemini is an air sign. Air rules communication. So the first two houses were internal, the third house is external. The fourth house, Cancer, I feel. This is when the sun is at its most highest peak, and it's I feel. It's ruled by Cancer, which is ironically showing the yin-yang symbol. Feelings is ruled by water, but the sun is at its most highest peak, which symbolizes fire. So this is why it's a paradox. It contradicts itself. But it's at 12 p.m. where you feel yourself the most, because you eat your meals, usually at lunchtime. There's some form of leisure, going out with your colleagues, and this isn't actually the highest peak of what you could be doing at 12 p.m., but this is how you're programmed to it. Whereas when you was a child, You would play at school at 12 p.m. You'll eat for sure, but you have fun. At lunch as a kid, I don't remember what I would eat. Maybe the dessert, I remember that vividly. But most of my lunchtime was experiencing and playing with others. And as you get older, they drain the energies out of you. Go out for a sandwich, quick coffee, back to work. So they slowly diminish your feelings at 12 p.m. And if you do this ritualistically, Monday to Friday, year after year after year after year, they actually kill your experience at your utmost yang. So a time where you should be playing, having fun, experiencing life and nature, enjoyment, they reverse the polarity on that and they drain you. So now the 5th house, which is Leo, which is symbolic for the sun actually, your solar plexus. So after you've eaten a heavy meal at lunch, your solar plexus is now on fire. And you have to have the willpower to get on with it. So it's usually best to be strategic what you eat at lunch, because your body's going to be burning a lot of energy around this time anyway. So at 2 p.m, the 5th house, which is ruled by Leo, is symbolic for the sun. And it's also symbolic for your solar plexus, your stomach and digestive system. So after you've eaten this heavy meal for lunch, you now have to burn off this energy. And this is your willpower to get the job done. So you see how this is all programmed. The 6th house is Virgo. I examine and analyze. So it's 4 p.m, you're rounding off the day. Your manager is examining your work, or you're analyzing your own work, and you're rounding off the day. You clock in at 9, you clock out at 5. We now move to the 7th house, which is ruled by Libra. It's an air sign. It's another sign that correlates to relations, socializing. So if you work uptown, after you finish work at 4, 5 p.m, at 6, 7 p.m, you go out for a drink at the bar with your colleagues. You socialize. And now we move into the yin realm, where sun sets. So this is feminine energy. The 8th house, Scorpio, I desire. Your desires correlate to sexual energy, but we know sexual energy is in everything. It doesn't necessarily mean the actual act. It can just mean your desires, because it roots back to your kundalini energy and your 7 spheres of light. So your desires can be watching TV. Your desires could be going to the gym. Your desires can be going to a restaurant with a colleague that you like. It's an initiation. So the 8th house is an initiation to your deepest desires. You may be at the gym, but why are you going to the gym? Is it to attract the opposite sex? So this is what the 8th house represents. Your darkest and deepest desires that may be unconscious. And when you are slowly drained of these energies, 8 p.m. could be just you watching TV, and somebody's taking your sexual energy and using it for themselves because they know how powerful it is. So now we're on the 9th house, which is Sagittarius, which is I seek, which is fire energy. You're visualizing your goal. You're looking ahead for tomorrow. You mind travel. And let's just say in this instance, you was out on a date at 8 p.m., at 10 p.m., you're still with this certain partner. Your mind is now traveling to what could happen, what could I experience, what could we do? And that is your fire energy being ignited at 10 to 11 p.m. And then we move to the 10th house, which is Capricorn, which is I use. So you would be using your sexual energy at the utmost yin, which is at 12 a.m. So let's say you go to bed around this time. You're either using your sexual energy, or you could use this energy to also pray. Capricorn, metaphysically, is speaking about your knee, your kneecap. This is where we get the word kneecap from, Capricorn. It rules your knees, it rules your bones. So, in a sexual act, you could be on your knees. And as a male, you should be mindful of where's your energy rising from, because you will see that your energy is coming from your knees. This is why your thighs hold a lot of testosterone. So you need to start being mindful in your acts to understand how to get this kundalini energy to rise up. Patella is another name for your knees. It's known as the pan, the horn, the panned horn, the panned horn, the goat. This is where we get the word horny from. And you can also use this energy to get on your knees and pray or meditate, because this is a time when the energy is at its highest peak. So use your utmost yin at 12 a.m. Now we move to the 11th house, which is Aquarius. I know. And if you look at the Aquarius symbol, it's a wave. It's information. The age of Aquarius. When you sleep at 2 a.m., this is when your mind is collecting all the data it's received from the day. It's organizing it. It improves your intellect. Your dream world is actually doing stuff for you to gain knowledge. So this is why it's known as I know, because your knowledge comes through your memories. The Mercury, collecting all information, conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Knowledge is not bound by your five senses. You may be consciously asleep, but your brain and other faculties in your body is still doing the work. We then move to the last house, and this is at 4 a.m., known as Pisces. And this is I believe. You believe because you know. From that cycle of everything you've done, you subconsciously or consciously know. And this is why you believe. Around 4 a.m., quote unquote, you'll be in REM sleep. This is just a general guide on how we operate. We go into different sleep cycles in one night of sleep. But vivid and lucid dreaming is feeling within the dream world so much that it feels real. You know that this world is an illusion. You know that there's more things playing out. And it's with that belief that you know there's other dimensions, because you go there every night with or without any effort. It's not your call to have a dream or not. Unfortunately, some people can't dream because of the calcified pineal. But for somebody who does dream, you know what I'm talking about. And if you do have a hard time dreaming, this can mess up your beliefs. You can take Harataki to start dreaming again, because this 24-hour cycle done repetitively without consciousness drains you. And you can feel void of these energies. So your lack of belief is rounded up within the yin, within the yang. AKA you're void of fire because you can't feel inwards, and your internal flame is slowly dying out. So be aware of this 24-hour cycle. Learn from this concept. It's not just a metaphysical concept that is just that it's just made up and has no value. No, this is how this reality works. This is how it's being used every day, with or without knowledge. Okay? Thank you for watching this video. If it's been of any help to you, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you're looking to use any of my services, the link is in the description. I do name readings where I break down your name numerically and etymologically, and I use some other methods to harness the energy that is already inside of you. And I also offer subconscious reprogramming sessions for people that are trying to get rid of this mental spell given to them from the matrix. And I assist you to create a new program which is destined for the empowerment of yourself. And I also do consultations. So yeah, if you like this video, you know what to do. Peace. Contact me.